Hello everyone, my name is Miguelina Betty, aka Catwoman from Tech Valor. In this video, I'm going to teach you the principles on how to turn any template into branded content for yourself. Before I get started, I would like to thank the Video Creator Expo for allowing me to be part of this event. I feel proud to be alongside my brothers and sisters on a significant day like Juneteenth, and I'm always fascinated by the creative ways we uplift each other, even through adversity. This information will help distinguish you from other brands and almost serve as a beacon to help your community grow. Now, there are many sites and programs out there that provide templates, but for today's video, I'm just going to show examples with Canva, Adobe Spark Post, and InVideo. So stay tuned for the information. Before I started creating branded content for myself out of templates, I had to be very clear and specific about what my branding was about. The first thing you'll need to think about is whether you want your brand to be light or dark themed. So I know for me, I teeter-totter between light and dark, but I mostly do dark theme types of branded content for myself. The next thing is colors, and you need to get specific down to the hex code. For example, I have 3 specific colors that I use for myself: purple, blue, and green. And I know the hex code for each of those colors. So whenever I do a template, I can reach out to those hex codes and it'll always be with my brand. Another thing that you want to think about is whether or not that color goes well with your light or dark theme. And I'll provide a link in the description to the website that helped me decide which specific hex code color went well with dark and light theme. Now, if you're just going to be going with dark theme specifically, then you'll want to grab the hex color codes that goes well with dark themes. If you want it to be light themed, obviously, then you'll want to find the color hex code that corresponds and goes well with light themes. But I wanted it to shift in between, so that's why I chose the hex colors that I did. The next thing is the shapes, and this is so important. If you're just always using the shapes provided in the templates, then it's not ever going to actually feel like your own. For example, there are lots of templates out there that use circles and X's and pluses and hexagons, but I know specifically for myself that I like to use triangles and plexus because it goes with my logo. The next thing is the font. And this, I think, is out of everything is the most important, because if you're always using different types of font, then again, it's not going to feel like your own. It's not going to be your own branded content. For myself, I always choose Nexa Bold and Nexa Light. So when I want something to stand out, I'll use the Nexa Bold font. If I want something to be thin or even regular, I use Nexa Light. The next thing is your logo. If you don't have a logo, you need to get a logo. So important. By already having your light and dark theme, your colors, your shape, your font, creating a logo is actually way easier. So once you get your logo, then the next thing is going to be your tagline. My tagline currently is how to help people become power users like myself. And once you have all of those things, when you go and tackle a template, it's going to almost be transformative. It's going to be like, what? That didn't even look like a template. It looks like that's something that's just part of your brand that was just created for you. It'll be an extension of your brand. And that's what you want your digital pieces to look like. That is what you should be striving for. The paid version of Adobe Spark Post and Canva has a brand section where you can put in your logo, your brand colors, and your fonts. And that is great tools to have on hand, but that isn't enough to really transform a template into a branded content for yourself. And I'm going to show you some examples where I took some templates from Canva, Adobe Spark Post, and InVideo, and then turned it into branded content for myself. I'll start by showing examples from Adobe Spark Post. This is a basic banner for tech reviewers, and here is my banner. Comparing the original template to my branded content, I really didn't change much, but it still is transformative. For example, I changed the font, so I use Nexa Bold for the title that says Tech Reviewer, and then the bottom text I use Nexa Light. I also got rid of the greenish yellow tint from the image behind it, and I made it monochrome, just black and white, and then I added my logo. Here is a second template from Adobe Spark Post, which is Guide to Optimizing Your Laptop. And here is the image that I created for my branded content. Again, I changed the color, the font, I made the image black and white, but noticeably what you'll see here is that I changed the shapes. So on each corner is like a hexagon pattern, almost like a honeycomb, and I changed that to triangles to go with my brand. And then I added basically pointy shapes because my logo is pointy, so I went with those type of shapes. The third image from Adobe Spark Post, it's a futuristic kind of template for, I don't know, but this is what mine looks like. I chose this template because I like the way it uses colorization, and so I went ahead and I chose my brand color, went ahead and used my font, added my logo, and then I replaced it with 2 trending images or topics that's going on in tech right now. Now we are moving on to Canva examples. The first template is one that you would consider like a typical corporate image, and here is my rendition of that. Here I am in my groove again, continuing to use my fonts, colors, shapes. Even my tagline is in this one. Something else that I would recommend about your logo is to get it in all black and all white. That will help create dynamic silhouettes. And again, it really does feel like it's my own. For example number 2 by Canva, I picked one that could be a little bit tricky and you wouldn't really know how to make it your own. But again, this is my version of it and I'll break it down. The first thing I did was change the dots to upside down triangles to reflect my logo and my brand. Then I got rid of the colors on the upside down triangles. I went with white instead of that green color, but I kept it on the arrow and the link to my site because when I tried adding the green and the blue, it clashed. So I kept that fluorescent, almost turquoise color on there, and it seemed to go well. And then of course I went with my fonts and my logo. That's it. Why did I say it like that? Don't mind me, I'm a little loopy. The third Canva template is basically a call to action. It is in a square format, so it's perfect for Instagram and Twitter. Here is my version of it. It does not have that come hither type of aesthetic as the previous one. So let's break it down. The original template was more like showcasing someone, while I made my branded content and used it for promoting an upcoming live stream. And I changed the shapes on there from dots to upside down triangles. This time it was actually arrows. I removed the background out of the picture of myself, and then I created a new background and kind of gave it like a comic book feel in the background to bring it to people's attention. But another reason why I chose that background for myself was because it's kind of like triangles, so it all ties in together. I went ahead and I changed the main color on the banner to my branded purple. I added my logo. I changed the font to my branded font, which is Nexa Bold and Nexa Light. And I really like the way that this one turned out. I think this one's my favorite, and not just because I'm on it. InVideo is a web browser based video editing program, and I mainly use it for creating promotional videos about upcoming events. So here are some examples of how I use their templates to create branded promotional videos for myself. Using video templates is really cool because it provides eye-catching animations, and it saves you time because that's one less thing you need to think about. I don't put everything in the same exact place all of the time, as you can see here on the side by side, but some of them I do. And this just helps speed up the creative process, especially since this is just like a promotional video. So It's mainly something that will be around probably for about 24 hours, and then after that it's gone. This template did have an extra slide that I couldn't see fitting anywhere else, so I just removed it and just made that one slide longer. And then it's done. The colors aren't exactly like how it is on my branded content, but it was close. Time to move on to video example number 2. This InVideo template actually only had 2 different types of slides, which they call them sequences. And what I did was kind of move the elements around and mix and match certain aspects. I really did like this template because it was very easy to use. I just plugged and play my colors, fonts, elements like images and things like that, and just rolled with it, and it just turned out really, really good. I would like to share a third promotional video that I did with InVideo. I did not use a template for this one, but the reason why I'm showing this is to show the fact that once you start using templates, then you'll be able to start making things for yourself. You'll be able to place things, animate them, make them eye-catching, and you'll be able to kind of create a groove for yourself. So templates could always be a great jumping off point, or templates can be used so that you could make something quickly, but then also what you'll end up doing is creating a template for yourself. It's kind of like template inception. You'll make a template of a template for yourself. I know we just went through a lot of different templates, so definitely if you have any questions, ask it in the live chat or in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. If you feel like this is too overwhelming, or if it's something that you just don't want to deal with, I do have a website, that's techvalor.net, and you can always hire me to make any kind of intros, outros, any types of digital graphics for you and your branded content. If you look around the site and you can't find anything that would fit your needs, you could always email me and we could always discuss working together. I hope this information inspires you to play around with templates and create tons of branded assets. Once again, I'm grateful to be part of the Video Creator Expo, and don't forget to check out the next presenter's video. I'll leave a link in the description, and then I'll also provide it in the end card as well. Take care!